After your graduation, what are you doing presently?
Sir, after my graduation, I'm doing two things. One is I'm continuing my father's business, and secondly, I'm preparing for SSC CPO examination.
Okay. And what kind of business your father has?
Sir, this is a informal business, vegetable business.
Okay, good. और अभी तक आपने कौन कौन सी एग्जाम दिए हुए हैं?
Sir, I have attempted SSC CGL, SSC CHSL, and CPO.
And what is the status of all these examinations?
Sir, SSC CGL I have attempted, but it was 2019 attempt, so I was not having a degree.
Okay.
So I was rejected in document verification.
Okay.
And in SSC CPO, I failed in physical exam.
Physical examination. 1 mile race में आप फेल हो गए?
Yes.
Okay. कितना टाइम लगा आपको 1 mile कंप्लीट करने में?
Sir, before reaching 1600 meter, I fell down with 5 meter before.
Okay. So why you are interested in these type of jobs like SSC, CGL, CPO, and CHSL and IB? What was the reason behind it?
Sir, I belong to village, so all the time I've seen the people preparing for army examination, and a number of my relatives have also cleared NDA, CDS. Okay. So it is always kind of motivation for me. So from childhood I wanted to join uniform services. So sir, I think IB is also a kind of such level of services which provides. So that is the reason, sir.
Okay. So I think that आपका जो सपना है लाइफ में वो फोर्सेस या फिर इसके इक्विवेलेंट कोई जॉब करने का है, तो इसकी इंस्पिरेशन आपको अपने गांव से ही मिली, बच्चों से मिली, ठीक है? आपकी फैमिली में और कोई है जो फोर्सेस में हो या पुलिस में हो?
Sir, immediate family there is no person, but my cousin is in NDA.
NDA?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He is in undergoing NDA training.
Training, na? So he had cleared SSB and qualified for further course. Okay. And why आपने NDA क्यों नहीं ट्राई किया?
Sir, I have tried, but I did not clear SSB.
SSB. तो आपने मेंशन नहीं किया कि इंट्रो में कि हमने SSB दी हुई है, काउंटेंट्स आउट हुए हैं या स्क्रीन आउट हुए, कुछ तो बताना चाहिए था.
ओके सर.
चलिए, कल फोन जब करेंगे डिस्कशन के दौरान तो ये सब सारी बातें आपसे की जाएंगी और आप भी ध्यान रखिएगा, सारे पॉइंट नोट आउट कर लीजिएगा, हमको याद दिलाइएगा तो हम बता पाएंगे आपको, ठीक है? As you have mentioned that traveling is your one of hobbies, so how many places have you traveled at?
Sir, I have been traveled to Varanasi, Allahabad, Delhi, Jaipur, and I have been to Puri. And most of the time I travel in my own district, sir. I have traveled almost all districts of my immediate districts. Okay. Northern part of Bihar I have traveled.
Which one is more closer in cultural, in every aspect? You find this district or this place is more closer to my hometown?
Sir, it was Varanasi.
Varanasi. It is also nearer to your. Okay. तो रीडिंग में आपने कौन सी बुक्स रीड कर ली हुई हैं?
Sir, I am currently read a spy book. It is a book on terror in Islamabad. Okay. So recently I have completed that book. And apart from that, I read a lot of love stories books and fiction books. Okay. So I have read these books.
So how much love you have in your life presently?
Sir, my life is full of, we can say, happiness.
No, not happiness. Love. How much love you have in your life presently?
Sir, what I am able to understand, love is equal to happiness.
I know. Love होता है जब तो कोई आदमी अपनी जान भी दे देता है. लव होता है तो कोई आदमी रोता भी है प्यार में, और लव होता है तो कोई आदमी सुखी रहता है. तो लव इज नॉट डिफाइंड एज हैप्पीनेस ओनली. तो आपकी लाइफ में कितना लव है, कितना परसेंटेज लव है?
I think sir 100% love है. I am in love with my work that I am doing, and I am in love with my family.
वेरी गुड, पकड़ लिया आपने। यही था लव पूछने का पर्पस, यही था। बहुत से बच्चे लव को टिकटॉक वाली लड़की के पीछे लगा देते, तो इसको आपको क्रैक डाउन करना होता है। चलिए ठीक है, नाउ टेल मी द बेसिक इश्यूज, बेसिक प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ योर स्टेट, दैट इज बिहार।
Sir, there are a number of problems, but most important problem that I think is the law and order problem. First thing. Second would be, sir, the problem of unemployment that is very grave in Bihar. Second would be the population explosion problem. And third is not having proper industry in Bihar.
Okay.
So these are the major problems. And apart from this, sir, flood problem is also very rampant in my state.
Then आपने इनके लिए क्या क्या सोल्यूशन सोच रखे हैं, क्या क्या सोल्यूशन हो सकते हैं, बताइए सोल्यूशन।
Sir, if we talk about the population, then the state government is doing right thing. They are promoting girls' education.
Okay.
And so this will solve the population problem.
Move to further.
So for law and order, government is doing right thing. They are focusing too much on community policing. And third would be, sir, flood related things. So government is also making a number of steps regarding that, like making dams, making embankments, etc. And regarding, sir, industries, it is very difficult to establish industry in Bihar due to not having proper land available. So regarding industries, sir, government should do something.
गवर्नमेंट लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की जो सिचुएशन है वो पहले से बेटर तो नहीं हुई है, एकदम उसी तरह चल रही है मेरे हिसाब से। तो आप और ज्यादा क्या सुधार देखना चाहते हैं, और क्या क्या चीजें सुधार दी जाए?
Sir, I think there is too much population density in Bihar. So as per the population density, there is no proper number of policemen in Bihar. So first thing should be done, the number of policemen should be increased, number of police stations should be increased, and there is a particular crime, that is robbery. So because of that, that happens because of not having proper patrolling in Bihar. And after the liquor ban, this is the major crime which is happening, especially in the northern part of the Bihar. So for that, patrolling should be done, proper cohesion between different agencies like police and Madhya Nishad Vibhag.
But I think police are also involved in corruption. That's why the policing is not good in your state.
Yes, sir. Corruption is rampant in police department. Yes, this is an issue, sir.
What is the solution for that?
There should be a strict vigilance on the police. Vigilance department should be more strict. That could be one solution. Second, they can be made more accountable. Whatever they are doing, they should publish in their website or publish in their police station. They should do this. So more accountability is needed.
As a public को पुलिसिंग को रिफॉर्म करने के लिए क्या पब्लिक को क्या करना चाहिए कि पुलिसिंग में रिफॉर्म्स आ जाए?
So first thing public should do that they should not take part in corruption, because if police is corrupt, then it implies that the public is also corrupt, because policemen come from the society. So first thing would be that the public should also discourage themselves to take part in corruption.
ठीक है, जैसा कि हम देख पा रहे हैं कि बिहार में नक्सलिज्म जो है वो धीरे धीरे खत्म होने की स्थिति में है, लेकिन अभी रिसेंट में छोटी सी घटना हो गई है गया में, आपने भी सुना होगा। तो जो बिहार में हम लोगों ने नक्सलिज्म से विक्ट्री करी हुई है, जीत पाई हुई है, इसका पूरा प्रोसेस क्या रहा है? बिहार में ऐसा क्या किया गया कि यहाँ से नक्सलिज्म भाग करके केवल साउथ बस्तर में जाकर सिमट गया, बताइए।
The first reason is that Bihar has undergone a lot of development in the last 15 years. Our development, we can say, is in double digit. So development is one of the reason. Second reason is sir, the local level elections have taken place on a large scale. So because of that, we can see the example of Jahanabad, where the Sandesh project was launched, in which the local elections took place. The public got diverted from Naxalism to take part in local elections. This was the second reason. The third reason would be education. Education have increased. Fourth would be, sir, infrastructural facilities have increased.
हम्म,
Due to that, government forces can reach those places and destroy the Naxal camps, etc.
ओके,
So these are the major reasons, sir.
ठीक है। अब आप बताइए।
Biram Bose, Indian revolutionary, he take part in a bomb case in 1908.
किंग्सफोर्ड।
Yes, sir, Kingsford case. He threw a bomb on the
विद
Kingsford.
प्रफुल्ल चौकी।
Yes, sir, people Purple Chaki.
विद प्रफुल्ल
Then after that,
चौकी,
he
खुदीराम बोस। ओके, ठीक है। नाउ created a prestigious institute of India, ठीक है। तो पॉलिटिकल साइंस से आपने अपनी लाइफ में कौन कौन सी क्वालिटीज डेवलप करी हैं जो कि आईबी की जॉब में हेल्पफुल रहेंगी या फिर वहां पर इनकी नीड है, बताइए।
So the first thing I have learned is that my awareness about the world has increased. In the political science, there is a particular subject called international relation, and that makes me a person who is more aware about the world. What is going in the world, I am more about that now. So that is one of the aspects that I think I will be helped, because there are many problems, like in Northeast, there are political problems. Then in Jammu and Kashmir, there is political problem. So because of my background in political science, I will be able to understand the political angle, as well as I study sociology, history in our subject. So that historical aspect, sociological aspect, I can understand these problems, sir. And it had made me a more aware person about the world affairs.
आप इनका यूज कैसे करेंगे आईबी ऑफिसर्स के रूप में?
Sir, like political problems, there is currently political problem going in Nagaland. So my background will help me in understanding the political aspect. I would be knowing the organizational structure of let's say NSI and IM. Then I would be able to understand its historical growth, how it has growth, what is its ideology, how China is impacting the insurgency in Northeast, how in Pakistan is influencing militancy in Jammu and Kashmir. So I will be able to get knowledge on this basis.
ओके, ठीक है। जैसा कि आपने बताया है कि पॉलिटिकल साइंस से आपने आईआर पे अच्छी पकड़ बना ली है, तो ना अब हमें आप एक छोटी सी चीज समझाइए कि म्यांमार में मिलिट्री कूप होता है 2021 के स्टार्टिंग में ही। तो ये जो मिलिट्री कूप हुआ है, इससे भारत की इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी में क्या क्या डिस्टर्बेंस क्रिएट हो सकते हैं और जो बायलैटरल रिलेशन है हमारा, वो कैसे इफेक्ट हो सकता है?
Sir, are you talking about Myanmar?
यस, म्यांमार में मिलिट्री कूप हुआ है अप्रैल में या फिर फरवरी में, स्टार्टिंग ऑफ 2021 फरवरी में हुआ है। तो उसका क्या इफेक्ट पड़ने वाला अपने इंडिया पे, बताइएगा।
Sir, first thing, earlier Myanmar was having a democratic government, so it was like a balance between India and Myanmar relation. But now, after the coup, the military establishment is ruling. The junta is ruling the Myanmar. So the first thing is that junta is more closer to China. So that is obviously an disadvantageous position for us. Second thing is, after the coup, many of the valley-based insurgent groups like the PLA, UNLF have found their like they are able to settle in Myanmar, sir. Myanmar army is helping them to settle them. In fact, Myanmar army is fighting with the PDF forces. The civil war is going on in Myanmar. So PLA and UNLF is like having moral support of Myanmar army. So this will impact the northeastern insurgency that is going on.
ओके, ठीक है। वो आप ये बताइए कि चाइना इसमें इंटरेस्ट क्यों ले रहा है? वहां पर कूप हो गया है, चाइना बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट ले रहा है वहां पर, वो भारत में क्या गड़बड़ी करना चाह रहा है?
So first thing that I would like to say is we are going a standoff between India and China. So a lot of our forces is posted in our border areas. So China may be thinking that we can create problem in northeastern part of the country. So a number of forces may be deployed that part. That will remove number of forces from the border area. That would be one reason. And why China is taking part in Myanmar? Because we are also having a good relation with Myanmar. And China would like to take away that good relationship from us. They would like to interfere in all the aspects which India is good.
इसमें आप अरुणाचल प्रदेश का कुछ रोल देख पा रहे हैं, नहीं देख पा रहे हैं?
Yes, sir. Arunachal Pradesh is having border with China. So yes, Tawang border is important.
तो म्यांमार का यूज करके वो अरुणाचल प्रदेश में इंसर्जेंसी को उठाना चाहता है, ये भी तो उसका प्लान हो सकता है चाइना का।
Yes, sir, in Arunachal Pradesh and in all of the Northeast they can do. Not only in Arunachal Pradesh, I think so.
बट अरुणाचल प्रदेश उसका फेवरेट केक है, वो हमेशा कहता है ये दिस इज माय पार्ट, दिस इज माय ग्रेड.
Yes, sir, they say, but there is no proper, we can say, organization or insurgency going on Arunachal Pradesh.
ओके ठीक है. अब आप में ये बताइएगा कि चलिए ये वाला नेक्स्ट में पूछेंगे, इसमें नहीं पूछते हैं अभी. बेसिक फर्स्ट है तो इसमें बेसिक कर लेते हैं, लेकिन आपका ठीक है, आपका इंटरव्यू अच्छा जा रहा है. ठीक है, आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस है, आपने कहा जरूर है कि हमने इंटरव्यू नहीं दिए हैं, लेकिन है आपके पास. तो बताइए कि आईबी क्यों है भारत में? आईबी ना हो तो भारत कैसा दिखेगा आपको, बताइए.
Sir, IB is the internal security organization which is involved in the overall security, internal security of our country. So if IB is not present, then our security infrastructure will be like, we will be more vulnerable to every aspect, because India has a lot of internal fault lines, like we have Naxalism, Northeast problem, Jammu Kashmir militancy. So if IB will not be there, then we will be like more vulnerable to the problems. Our country is also said that it is an anarchical democracy. So more anarchy would be there. You would not be able to like stop riots, communal activity, caste-based problem. You would not be able to stop that.
ठीक है.
So
अगर
for that, I will be necessary.
अगर मैं अपनी बॉडी को इंडिया मान लूं और आईबी को कुछ भी बॉडी का ही कुछ पार्ट, मतलब हम इस बॉडी से क्या ऐसी चीज निकाल दें कि इंडिया से आईबी निकल जाए, आप उस आदमी को कैसे सोच पाएंगे कि ये आदमी है, ये विदाउट आईबी का इंडिया है? बताइए.
So IB is like heart and mind of our country, sir.
Heart and mind और eye and ear और nose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is
जो भी
that
हमारे
will be more
सेंसेस
like
हैं, जहां से हम इंफॉर्मेशन या फिर इंटेलिजेंस लेते हैं अपनी बॉडी का, कुछ हमने इसको टच किया कि ठंडा है, हमें इंटेलिजेंस मिल गई. इसको हमने पी लिया, हमें पता चल गया पानी है कि क्या है ना. यहाँ से आप कर सकते थे.
Yes, sir. Eye and ear will be more good.
हाँ, आई, ईयर, टंग, लिप्स, स्किन. ओके ठीक है. नाउ टेल मी द present problems and issues that are security and as well as social issues also for overall India.
So the main problem is the Jammu Kashmir militancy. Second would be Northeast insurgency. Third would be left-wing extremism. Fourth would be hinterland terrorism. Fifth would be communal tension, radicalization that is going on for a particular religion. Fifth would be, sir, caste-based tension that is going on all over India. And apart from this, sir, security aspect, there is maritime security aspect, cybercrime activity. So these are the major problems that India is facing. Border tensions is also the major reason.
Okay. कुछ सोशल सिक्योरिटी इश्यूज भी बताइए. आपने एक बताया सिर्फ.
Social security is like there is a demand for caste-based census. That is also a social
poverty, unemployment, gender gap.
Yes, sir, poverty, unemployment, population explosion. These are the reasons. These are also one of the factors.
Employment को आप हर जगह इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि इस समय अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हर जगह चला गया है. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट से टेररिज्म भी बनेगा. यूथ टेररिज्म नाम की एक नई स्क्रिप्ट रेडी हो रही है, तैयार हो रही है, जिसको कई पॉलिटिशियंस ने बोल भी दिया हुआ है. यूथ अगर अनएम्प्लॉयड रहेगा तो इसको कोई अदर कंपनी या अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एम्प्लॉयड कर देगा. ठीक है. नाउ टेल मी द at least 5 intelligence agencies of India.
The first would be IB, Intelligence Bureau. Second would be RAW, Research and Analysis Wing. Third would be, sir, NTRO, National Technical Research Organization. Fourth would be DRI, Director of Revenue Intelligence. And fifth would be, sir, DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency.
Defense Intelligence Agency, JSCB, Joint Sector Bureau, and NetCreate. Now tell me the exact job role of DRI.
So DRI is an intelligence agency which works in revenue field. Like it is, it works for like DRI. If any kind of revenue related problem is there, if any kind of revenue related we can say lapse is there, then DRI works on field. Like
Counterfeit
recently, sir,
currency.
I have read one newspaper there, and as per the DRI report, the Gaja trafficking, Bihar is on highest level.
Okay.
So in organized crime field, drug trafficking, in this aspect, DRI works, sir.
Okay. DRI. So काउंटरफीट करेंसी के फील्ड में भी काम कर सकती है, हवाला में भी काम कर सकती है, और जो भी आतंकवादियों को पैसे वगैरह पहुंचाए जाते हैं उसमें देख सकती है ना, रेवेन्यू इंटेलिजेंस, यहाँ से हम लेके जा सकते हैं। और अभी हाल ही में कई एनजीओज हैं जो फंडिंग करते हैं इधर उधर से, आप समझ गए होंगे, तो उनका भी ये एनालिसिस करके उनको एलिमिनेट करती है। ठीक है, आपने गांजा का नाम लिया, तो गांजा को इंग्लिश में कैनबिस कहते हैं, marijuana बोलते हैं।
Cannabis.
अच्छा, तो marijuana क्या होगा फिर?
I'm not sure.
उल्टा बोल दिया आपने, गांजा और भांग होता है, तो marijuana गांजा होता है, भांग होता है कैनबिस।
Okay.
ठीक है। Who provides funds, arms, ammunition to left-wing extremism?
So their main revenue source is extortion, and apart from that, drug trafficking they do prostitution trafficking. They take money from mining companies. They even extort money from local villagers as well.
And what is the role of urban nationalism in collecting funds for them?
So the major role of urban nationalism is to provide them moral support, and they also like organize frontal organization for them. They provide legal support also them, legal support also.
And जो NGOs होते हैं जिनको हम urban nationalism का टाइटल दे चुके हैं, ये फॉरेन फंडिंग और लोकल फंडिंग कलेक्ट करके इनके पास बल्क में प्रोवाइड कराते हैं। नक्सलिज्म 1000 करोड़ का बजट अपना इशू करता है एवरी ईयर, तो इतना पैसा जो आता है एक्सटॉर्शन और लोकल चीजों से नहीं आ सकता, या फिर जंगल के जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं उनकी बिक्री करके नहीं आ सकता, मसाले, तेंदुपत्ता, चंदन की लकड़ियां। ठीक है। Previously, have you heard about Bhima Koregaon incident?
Yes, sir, I have heard about that.
Okay, what do you know about it?
So Bhima Koregaon was a celebration by the Dalit group. It is a place where there was a celebration by the Dalit group on the 200th anniversary of they fight the Peshwas with the help of British. So they won that war. So they were celebrating those.
So इसका urban nationalism से क्या connection?
So it is said that there was a Maoist conspiracy in that Bhima Koregaon case, and they wanted to kill our prime minister. Okay.
तो इनमें जो नाम सामने आए थे उनका पता नहीं कौन से लोग उसमें सजा पा चुके हैं या फिर अरेस्ट किए गए थे, बताइए।
The first name was Sir Sudha Bharadwaj. Second was Varabar Rao. Third was Stan Swami, I think. Yes, Stan Swami was also one of them. And fourth would be Sir
Gautam Nalakha.
Yes, Sir Gautam Nalakha.
Okay, and one more is Christian name, something like Francis or anything.
I'm not sure.
Okay. आज सुधा भारद्वाज को लेकर के एक न्यूज है, वो न्यूज में बताइए।
The news is that he got bail from the High Court.
He will got. हाँ, she will got bail. अभी उन्होंने पाई नहीं है, वो पाएंगी, है ना, ऐसा कुछ है मुंबई हाई कोर्ट का, हमने शेयर किया है, आपने देखा। चलिए ठीक है। हाँ, why there are internal unrest in India? What are the basic reasons?
So basic reason, apart from security reason, the basic reason I think there is a reducing resources in our country and population is exploding. So because of that, everyone wants to get something, but resources is not that much. So because of that, everyone wants to get some shortcut kind of thing. So they resort to terrorist kind of activity. they want to get involved in communal tensions so that they can get something. Their radicalization is one of the major reasons why it is going on. Be it Hindu radicalization or Muslim radicalization.
Ethnicity हो सकता है और geographical regions हो सकते हैं, है ना? ठीक है. Now tell me the counter intelligence. What is the counter intelligence?
In simple words, sir, spying on a spy is counterintelligence.
Spying on a spy. Okay.
Yes.
In simple. So, tell me at least one example for this. Counterintelligence program run by Indian government or IB?
Sir, like Pakistani ASI have a number of sleeper cells in our country, and our government is countering them.
Okay. एक कोई अच्छा सा एग्जांपल बताइए जो आपको काउंटर इंसर्जेंसी का याद हो कि आईबी ने उसको चलाया हो टू प्रोटेक्ट आवर एंड इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्राम.
काउंटर इंसर्जेंसी एग्जांपल.
यस यस, काउंटर इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्राम आईबी का.
काउंटर इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्राम.
चलिए ठीक है, आपको नहीं याद है, याद होता तो आप तुरंत बताते. पोखरण रेंज में टेस्टिंग हुई थी एटॉमिक की अपने यहाँ, तो यूएसए की सीआईए हमारे ऊपर नजर रखना चाह रही थी, लेकिन हम लोगों ने अपने इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्राम को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए इन मीट से एडवर्सरीज से एक इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्राम हमने बनाया जिससे हमको वर्ल्ड की किसी भी इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी ने पकड़ा नहीं जान पाए कि यहाँ पर क्या होगा. तो ये बेस्ट एग्जांपल. What has changed in Jammu and Kashmir after removing Article 370 and 35A?
Sir, after the abrogation of 370, the security aspect have drastically changed. The terror-related activities have came down. The number of casualty of security forces, number of casualty of civilians have decreased. And apart from security-related aspect, developmental aspect have increased. We have made more infrastructural roads. We have made more connectivity things like Jojira Tunnel, Banihal Tunnel. Recently, sir, the Chenab Bridge was, the arc structure of Chenab Bridge was completed. So on infrastructure front, we have developed. On security aspect, we have developed, sir.
Okay. ये आपका सिक्योरिटी एस्पेक्ट हो गया, लेकिन आप इसमें आप ग्राउंड लेवल की पोजीशन बताइए कि हमने 1 साल तक वहाँ इंटरनेट बंद करके रखा, कर्फ्यू लगा के रखा, लोगों को हमने कैद खाना एकदम बना के रख दिया जम्मू एंड कश्मीर को. ये सिचुएशन वहां पर क्यों थी? लोगों को क्या हासिल हुआ 370 खत्म होने के बाद?
Sir, this is the kind of thing that we needed to do because these things may fuel more insurgency. So because of that, we have to do. But yes, it is the sir one of the kind of thing that they suffered due to this abrogation of 370, like their right to internet, which is considered to be the fundamental right. They were not getting. The second would be, sir, like the state of Jammu and Kashmir has been reduced to union territory, so it has been degraded. So it is also, sir, setback after the abrogation of 370.
Okay. अब आपको मैं एक एसआरटी दे रहा हूँ, सिचुएशन दे रहा हूँ. आप एक सीनियर इंटेलिजेंस ऑफिसर हैं और आपको आफ्टर 370 हटा दी गई, आपको वहां भेजा गया है ताकि इंटरनेट बहाल होगा तो वहां के जो बच्चे हैं वो उधम न मचाएं, है ना, स्टोन पेल्टिंग ना करें, आतंकवादियों को शील्ड प्रोवाइड ना करें. तो उसके पहले आप वहां पर एक ऐसा क्या इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्राम चला देंगे या काउंटर इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्राम चला देंगे या ऐसी योजनाएं क्या क्या वहां लगा देंगे कि सारे बच्चे मेन स्ट्रीम में धीरे धीरे आ जाए और उनके दिलों में भारत माता के लिए सम्मान जागृत हो जाए? आपके पास सारे पावर्स हैं, सारी फंडिंग है, सब कुछ है, आपको गवर्नमेंट से कुछ नहीं कराना है, आप खुद करना है. आप क्या क्या करना चाहिए?
So first thing I would do to de-radicalization process. If I would be having power, then I would be do de-radicalization, and second would be counter-radicalization. These things will reduce the anti-India feeling in them. They are having heavily radicalized of Islam. So de-radicalization camps can be organized where people can came and they can be thought of their achievement.
आप second thing अट्रैक्ट कैसे करेंगे कि यहाँ पर आइए हमारा भाषण सुनिए? कैसे अट्रैक्ट करेंगे?
Like, sir, we can say that employment activity can grow we can provide employment to them, because unemployment is the major problem. So we can lure them in the name of employment, and in there we can taught them.
अब एम्प्लॉयमेंट पे आ जाइए, एम्प्लॉयमेंट में आप क्या करेंगे कि वो आ जाएंगे, आपको बताइए।
So in the employment, they can be employed like a special police. And there is a post called special village police, I think. So they can be employed in that. Second would be like they can be inducted in police forces, they can be inducted in army forces. So these things can be done in field of unemployment.
And more, और आप क्या करना चाहेंगे वहाँ पर?
Apart from that, sir, if I have the power, then I would like to like proper local election. Though it had been done, but still not functioning is done. So local elections should be done, because they may get the feeling that they are now something ruling. Let it be the village ruling, but they are ruling. So they may get that feeling. So that may impact them on having less anti-India feeling. The third would be, sir, like we can construct educational centers there. We can construct
training
hospitals
centers
there. That's the civic kind of.
Low skill training centers also, like carpenter, painter, and lots of job as a low skill job. चलो इसको छोड़ते हैं। अगला सवाल आपसे हमारा ये है कि जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में जो टेररिज्म का स्ट्रक्चर है, जिसको हम लोग इंटरलैंड टेररिज्म या फिर और कुछ कहें, तो इसको आज हम एक्सटर्नल एग्रेशन नहीं ले पा रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो इसको काउंटर करने के लिए कुछ स्पेशल फोर्सेस वहां डिप्लॉय करी गई हैं, है ना, अपार्ट फ्रॉम इंडियन आर्मी डायरेक्टली। तो आप इनके बारे में बताएं, और वहां का जो टेररिज्म का या फिर मिलिटेंसी का स्ट्रक्चर है उसके बारे में बताएं, ये डिफरेंट कैसे, बताइए।
Can you repeat question, sir? Second part.
ठीक है, वहां जो मिलिटेंसी है और वहां का जो टेररिज्म का स्ट्रक्चर है वो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है। अगर मैं इसको सिंगल वर्ड में कहूँ तो वो एक प्रॉक्सी वार जैसा है। तो इसको काउंटर करने के लिए वहां पर क्या किया गया है और क्या स्थितियां हैं वहां पर, बताइए, एकदम एक्सप्लेन करके बताइएगा।
Sir, the first part is which organization is posted. Sir, Rashtriya Rifle is the main counter insurgency unit of Indian Army that is posted in Jammu and Kashmir. And since it is, sir, the root of the problem of Jammu and Kashmir is Pakistan. The root of the problem is not Jammu and Kashmir itself. The root of the problem is Pakistan. So we have done a few surgical strikes, like we have done surgical strike in 2016. We have done air strike in 2019. So these were the strikes that were done. And apart from this, sir, now a lot of fencing had been done. Laser fencing had been done. So these things, sir, are the
Operation All Out.
Operation All Out is going since 2017 to flush out the terrorists.
ठीक है, अब मैं आपसे एक छोटी सी चीज पूछना चाहूंगा कि हमारे पास इंडियन आर्मी थी, सेंट्रल आर्म पुलिस फोर्सेस थी, तो ये राष्ट्रीय राइफल्स को क्यों लाया गया, अलग से एक हमको यूनिट क्यों बनानी पड़ी?
Sir, what I am able to recall is that it is a specialized agency to counter the terrorists, and it was said that we have to reduce the number of forces in Jammu and Kashmir. I'm not sure, sir. I'm guessing it. Okay. To reduce the number of army, Indian Army, a special force was created.
चलिए ठीक है, अब आप हमें ये बताइए कि जो न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आई है, NEP 2020 आया हुआ है, इससे बिहार की जो शिक्षा है उसमें हम क्या क्या बदलाव ला सकते हैं, देख पा रहे हैं?
New education policy till now has not been implemented, but if implemented, it can provide more of a kind of a skill-related education. So there is a provision that coding will be done from class 6 onward. So it will be like more of a kind of skill-related education. That is also one of the major things that is needed in Bihar as well. And it will provide more interdisciplinary subjects. Like many people don't want to study science only. They may be interested in physics, chemistry, but not in maths. So they may be able to read some art subject or commerce subject with them. So it will be more of a kind of holistic development of the student.
चलिए ठीक है, अब बताइए, who is best in your point of view, नीतीश और लालू?
Yes, sir.
Who is best in your point of view, नीतीश और लालू प्रसाद यादव?
Sir, I think Nitish Kumar is better. Sir.
And why not लालू? लालू क्यों खराब क्यों?
So first, the reason is the law and order situation that he had created in Bihar. Not created, but that was present. He was not able to control. Second, developmental activity in Nitish Kumar is much better. We are in a two-digit developing state. Third would be, sir, Nitish is focusing on overall development, be it student, be it woman, be it lower class, upper class, lower caste, upper caste. But Lalu was focusing too much on his OBC politics. So because of that, others caste suffers.
Okay, come to the last question for you. That tell me at least your 5 qualities that will convince us to select you.
Sir, first would be, sir, patience and perseverance. Second would be, sir, learning attitude. I am ready to learn anything. Third would be, sir, high ethical values. Fourth would be, sir, I am a hardworking person. And fifth would be, since I belong to village, so I am adaptable person. I can be posted in any part of the country. So I would not have any adaptability issue.
Okay, and how many languages and dialects you know how to speak?
Sir, apart from Hindi and English, I can understand few dialects like Bhojpuri, Angika, Maithili. These things I can understand.
Okay, thank you for your interview and all the best for your future.
Thank you, sir.